Hi, I'm JKB, and on today's show, I'm going to talk about a news story that came out this week that I consider to be a massive change to the Xbox brand. This past week, Phil Spencer had an interview where he discussed the future of Xbox. He answered a few questions that a lot of people have about the brand itself. The first interesting nipple bit that came out of this interview is that Phil Spencer has a dream about bringing other stores to the Xbox platform. When he was asked if he'd like to see the Epic Games Store on Xbox's flagship console, he declared a simple yes. He went on to talk about the fact that, Xbox is Microsoft and Microsoft is PC gaming, and on PC you're free to do whatever you really want, while Xbox is still able to put up their own store. Now, the response to this was all over the place. I saw some people that were upset about it, and I feel like those people are still stuck in the past of gaming. This is a future where we're headed to, for real, and the reason he's bringing this up isn't simply to be like, we might do it. This is gonna happen. And of course, that's just my personal opinion, and in 3 years when it doesn't happen, you guys can come back to this video and stab me with knives. But again, in my opinion, I do feel like he's hinting at something here for a reason. Now, he goes on to talk about subsidizing the actual price of the console, which I don't think a lot of people understand how that works on the back end of things. And if you do, I apologize for wasting the next 60 seconds of your lives. So let me just make this clear that Xbox has never made 1 cent off of any of the Xbox sales. So what this means to the customer is that you are buying a console that is actually valued at more than you are paying for at purchase, and Xbox is literally covering the difference because they hope that you go out there and spend enough money on extra games to cover the cost, and then continue to buy games and accessories where they will get licensing fees from the accessories and profits from the video games to cover that extra cost that they covered initially when the console came out. You following me? So this means that every Xbox that was sold, it was sold at a loss, and then they had to recoup that money through game sales or third-party accessories. Now, what Phil Spencer is saying in this interview is essentially that those days are numbered and they're not making the money off of the consoles like they used to, and that is why we're seeing Xbox open the doors to many, many different ideas here. But let's start with the exclusivities, which they're slowly coming to other consoles. We've already seen 3 or 4 games come over to the PlayStation 5 that were exclusive to Xbox, and I think that's just the beginning of things. So in my opinion, when it comes to bringing other stores to the Xbox platform, I gotta be honest, if I was able to go into my Valve account and my Steam account on my Xbox, on my television, and not really have to worry about the PC side of things, I think a lot of casual people would really spend a lot of money in that store. And I don't know how Xbox and Valve would work out the deals, but I'm assuming that Valve would be open to the idea. So my overall opinion on this is that Phil has made mistakes in the past, there's no doubt about that. When it comes to the AAA exclusivity that Xbox has, I can't say that I feel that they've really delivered much on those promises of these massive games coming out that were gonna blow us away. There was a few games that came out that were, okay, I'm impressed with this, but the overall ecosystem, shut up! My watch went off. But the overall ecosystem of Xbox at the moment is a very interesting tale in the video game industry, because we've got Game Pass, which sometimes seems to be doing very well, but then all of a sudden it isn't, and they're panicking, and now they're releasing their games on other consoles. Now, my closing remarks have to do with Xbox marketing, and this is directly for you, Phil, if you're gonna ever watch this, which, who knows, maybe you will. Maybe you'll do it without your shirt on and have butter on your tits. But if anybody from Xbox is watching this, the marketing strategy that you guys have has failed. I don't understand what Xbox stands for anymore. Should I buy an Xbox because I love exclusives? Do I love Halo? Should I stick with you? Is that going to go to PlayStation 5? All right, Game Pass is a very, very, very cool thing that you offer on the system. But games just keep disappearing that I sometimes want to play, and that's one of my biggest gripes with the whole digital future that we are going to deal with. We've seen it with PlayStation in the past, and we're going to see it on Xbox. games can just be pulled out of your library in the future, and that's just something that we're going to have to deal with. So that isn't a knock to Xbox, but that is a knock to the future of gaming as a whole. But when it comes to Phil Spencer's messaging, I just got to reiterate, it is a confusing mess. And as a huge fan of the Xbox 360, the Xbox One was, let's just be honest, a giant misstep. And now the Xbox Series S and X just seems to be like a placeholder until you guys figure out what the hell you're doing with your Xbox brand. And yes, I play on all of the systems. I have everything that is available. So it's not like I'm just bashing Xbox here. I want to see all the companies succeed so we just get better games at the end of the day. And as it stands, I think bringing the Epic Games Store or possibly other stores such as Steam to the Xbox brand would be unbelievable. I mean, it's already available on Windows, so why wouldn't they put it on Xbox? That is literally the best idea I've heard Xbox have for a very long time. Now, of course, PC gaming is superior to console gaming in my opinion, based on the fact that you're able to have a flexible system that you can interchange parts with, but also it's to do with availability. So just again, imagine being some kid who's like, I can get a used Xbox Series X for $300, $200 in a couple of years, and I can install Steam on it. And all of a sudden I'm playing my library from my old PC, or I could build a new library where games are significantly on sale versus the Xbox. We know historically Xbox doesn't really drop their games to extremely low levels of sales. So to be able to access a marketplace where games are going to be on sale to a massive degree is super exciting. Also, I'm holding in a burp. That's why I'm talking weird this whole time. And now I'm gonna puke. With that being said, let me know how you feel about the idea of other stores coming to the Xbox platform. Would you just buy an Xbox if you could use the Epic Games Store, you could use Steam, or you could use EA's trash hole of a marketplace? Would you want to do that on console, or are you a PC gamer for life? Thank you for watching this episode of Weekly Bytes. I do want to point out that I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and this Saturday on the show, I am joined by a very special guest. In fact, a guest that I actually was born out of. I was thinking of something to say there, but it was going to be very vulgar, and then my channel would get banned and I'd be living in a box down by the river. But my mom's going to be on the show this Saturday, 5 p.m. EST. Can't wait for the trolls to show up and call her horrible names. That's going to be fun. But I'm going to let the audience ask her anything, and I've told her, tell them whatever you want. Tell them about the time I went under a bed and ate a bowl of peanut butter with a spoon for no reason whatsoever. And you had to literally basically beg for me to stop eating the peanut butter and get out of under the bed. I'll see you guys next week, and tomorrow Dragon's Dogma 2 review is going up on the channel, so I hope you tune in for that. Love you guys.